Welcome to the night scene with the tiger from Magical Jungle. And it is the first time since the vacation, the beautiful vacation to Lake Como, that I'm coloring this drawing. And although I am eager to continue coloring the tiger, I will first add a little bit of color to the leaves that are still white, because that gives me some sort of direction where to go. So I'm going to add color to the leaves, and normally I build the colors from light to dark, but this time I will start with the darker color. This is Prismacolor Prussian Green, and I just like trying Prismacolor again. I think I use polychromos most often because they are so versatile. But Prismacolor is great for layering fast. It is a very fast pencil. But I make sure that I use it in a very light way with these delicate layers of color. I recently got a wonderful gift from a lady from Israel, and I'd like to show you. It's this device. It is a Derwent electrical eraser, and I'd like to show you how it works. There's a little button over here for your thumb, and look at this. It is a wonderful device, I have to say. I was a bit scared that it would make a lot of noise, but it doesn't, and I'm very happy about it, because I love music, but what I love more is silence. So I hate vacuum cleaners too. It's too much noise. And I sleep with earplugs because my husband snores. And it's not that loud, but it wakes me up. I hate noise. So this little gem doesn't make that much noise. It sounds like it reminds me of a mosquito, an hysterical one, okay? But this is going to give me a lot of joy. I'm sure about that. So thank you for giving this to me. It's really a wonderful gift. So I will put on the color again. And I think I want to use the Derwent electrical eraser for a while, and then I will make a little review about it. But I always want to get to know the stuff before I make a review. And I have discovered that sometimes even after a year you can discover things about something that you already made a review about and thought that you knew it. So, my tiger has no pupils yet in the eyes, and that looks a bit spooky, I have to say. But I will resist the temptation to work on it. I won't do it. The creative process for me is anything but a straight line. So I don't know when I will continue the eyes of the tiger. That may well be the very last thing I do about it. Maybe the pupils are the last thing that I will color. And then this drawing will be finished. Now I just put on this darker, what is it, Prussian green. Vert de Prusse for the French people among us. And there is a French lady watching. And I promised her to speak a couple of words in French, but I have to warn you, it has been many years since I spoke French for the last time. Well, I spoke a little French this vacation, but that was not so successful. But I will say a couple of words to the French lady. Bienvenue. Et cet crayon est une couleur de Prismacolor, vert de Prusse, et j'espère que tu fais que tu vas comprendre beaucoup de cette vidéo. Well, what I wanted to say is something like welcome to this nice video. The color I just used was the Prussian green, and I hope you will understand what I'm saying in this video. Well, I hope my French was good enough to understand. When I was about 15 years old, I had a good friend living in France, and she wrote me letters in Dutch because she had Dutch parents. She wanted to learn Dutch and I wanted to learn French. So I wrote French letters to her, and eventually her parents invited me to come to France for 2 weeks during the summer holidays. And 2 weeks being in that family where the parents speak Dutch and the children speak French, you always had 50% of the conversation, and I always understood 50% of the conversation, and that made it so easy to learn the language. This is Faber-Castell Juniper Green. Let's do this. And that helped me a lot. So back in those days, my French was not bad at all. But I didn't use French very much after that period. So it deteriorated big time. But it is a beautiful, elegant language. I'm currently working on finding a printing office that can print my project. You know, I was working on a coloring book, but it seems that this coloring book is evolving toward something else, another format, still with drawings that it is a color along instruction kit, let's call it a kit, color along instruction kit, but it may not be a book. Don't think so. And I'm currently searching for a printing office that can print it, but that is difficult because they think that it cannot be done. Because what I want a paper type that is suitable for both colored pencil and watercolor, and I think it can be done, but those printing offices find it too hard, so well, I found one. They have beautiful paper, absolutely gorgeous paper, very suitable for both watercolor and colored pencil, but there is a little problem with the ink, because the ink is erasable. It's not that you can erase all of the ink, but it is erasable, and when you add water to the ink, it slightly smudges. It is a very slightly, and when you add color, you may not even see it, but it's not perfect. And I'm going to try another Prismacolor. I think I am into Prismacolor today. Jasmine. It is a light yellow. So I do have this printing office who can do the job with gorgeous paper, but that ink. Now, if I cannot find any other printing office, then I may go for this one. And then I put a disclaimer on it. Be careful. But that is not how I want to work, actually. You know, and I've tested all the coloring books that I have. And I do have coloring books that where the ink is slightly erasable. Here is another beautiful color, Erogeton Hummingbird. Beautiful. I watched an interview with J.K. Rowling, the Harry Potter author. And it turned out that she had to go to 13 publishers before she found one that wanted to publish Harry Potter. The other 12, the first 12, didn't feel that this would be a success. So I do not feel discouraged at all, not at all. And if I find, as soon as I find a printer, then the work isn't done, because I also have to find out how to make the best scans. I need to scan my drawings and then get them into the project as clean as possible. We do have a scanner over here at home, but it hasn't been used for years. So I will soon figure out whether it is still working and whether it does the job well enough. I really want this color along kit to be on the market before Christmas, but oh dear, I hope that is going to happen. And if that is not the case, then I will launch a something else. But I really, really want that kit to be on the market before Christmas. So let's take a look. And this is okay. I will now do some more work on the tiger, and I want to start with the ears. Now this is dark red from the Polychromos series. And this may sound a little bit weird, but these ears are eventually going to be black, but I don't want them to be just black. I want a deep warmth in it, so I give it a little bit of red now. Just a tiny layer of red. And then I will add some browns. This is Prismacolor again, Black Raspberry. It is a dark brownish color. So if you do not have this color, you can take a dark brown, like dark sepia. Yeah, dark sepia, and with a little bit of extra red. And this is a Brownzeal pencil, And in my Browntail series there are two types of black. There is an ivory black that is a slightly cooler tone. It is not a gray tone, but it is cooler than this one. This is the normal black. Now I'm going to add this one on top of what is already there. Autumn is really coming right now. And this morning I found some chestnuts. Everything is falling from the trees right now, the chestnuts and the acorns and these little triangular things coming from a beech tree. And I also like the seeds that come from I think it is called a maple tree. And those seeds have like wings. We call them helicopters. When we were young, we called that tree a helicopter tree because of the seeds propelling down from the tree. I really like how these ears evolve, and I'm going to use the same recipe for the other black lines in the tiger's fur. So I'm starting with the Polychromos dark red. I have seen more and more beautiful tigers appearing on the internet. Many people have been coloring this drawing, and they not necessarily follow my videos, but there are gorgeous tigers on the internet. I think the world of colorists is taking coloring to a completely different level. And what I also saw, I saw one lady who posted a lot of beautiful coloring. I saw her stating that she felt, oh, by the way, this is black raspberry from the Prismacolor series. This lady at one time felt stressed out because she felt she had to post on the internet for her followers, and that is a danger when you take your hobby to the internet. And that is something I am very aware about. And I hope that I will be able to keep the balance. I love coloring with you. I absolutely love this time of day where it's just like coloring with friends. But if at some days for some sort of reason it isn't possible to post a video, then I do not feel guilty. I hope you don't mind. For example, the next couple of days is very busy. 2 weeks, last week we came back from the holidays and we heard there was a family member, very old man, and he was deteriorating rapidly. Here is the black again. Deteriorating rapidly, very old man, so he would pass. So this man passed away a couple of days ago, and in a couple of days there will be a funeral. And of course I have to reschedule my students, and the family asked if my sisters and brothers and I would be able to perform a song during the funeral. So that may take some preparation. So I won't stress myself out. So maybe there won't be a video by the end of the week as I had planned, but it's just, that is life happening. And I really enjoy watercolor painting as well. So I spend some time on that as well. So I gave this black a fresh sharp point. Okay, I'm just going to continue. And this is the dark red again, same recipe. And here's the black raspberry again. This actually is a unique color. There's another one by Prismacolor. It's this one, black cherry. It's a little bit more purple. Absolutely unique colors. Gorgeous. Now maybe you can see that I am often turning the tip of the pencil like this. And that is because I am looking for an edge on the tip. When you color, you create edges on the tip of the pencil, and those edges are most precise and give color most easy. So by turning the pencil a little bit, I can start coloring with the edge that I just made. Yeah, this is this is the gouache paint still on it. I already discovered that that is not the right way. There's a better way. So I need to fix that. But, well. So Mr. Tiger looks like a red striped tiger right now, but with adding the black, this will disappear. Oh, sorry, I was changing the camera standpoint without pressing the pause button. That may look a bit crazy. So this is what a tiger looks like right now. I will make some little changes to these black stripes in a later stadium, but so far I really like where this is going. Okay, when I look to the big leaves here on top of the drawing, I have this feeling that I want to make these areas red. I'm just going to try it. I'm not completely sure that is the right decision, but let's give it a go. I'm going to use this one, Pale Geranium Lake, from the Polychroma series. And I'll just give it a very pale light layer. So if it turns out that I want something else, then changing it is not so difficult. The Passion for Pencils YouTube channel is now really heading for 1 million views. We're not there yet, but we are, I believe there are 950,000 views right now in total. So for YouTube standards, that is not so much. You know, there are YouTube channels that have 1 million views for every video that they post. Well, that's not happening with Passion for Pencils, but I think 1 million views for the complete channel is is really something special. And I've been talking to several people about coloring, and some say that adult coloring is here to stay, and I have this feeling that it is, and others say it's just a hype, it will go away, but I don't think so. I will now tone it down a little bit with this cinnamon by Erogeton. It is a brownish color, and it is a middle brown color. I think the arts are that this is just the beginning. The coloring craze is just the beginning of reinventing and rediscovering arts. And that has everything to do with the screens, I guess. We all watch at our phones, our iPads, our TVs, laptops, and we need something to balance that. So I think all art forms will become more popular and more people will pick it up as a hobby. I think there will be more painting, drawing, coloring, but also writing, sculpting. And there are so many great ideas you can find on your screens. I love Pinterest when it comes to finding creative ideas. So I toned the red down a little bit, and it may well be that in the end I will add more red again. But I felt that the red in the leaves need to have some sort of connection with the tiger's color. Now let's add some green to these leaves, and for some reason I want a light green. Although it is a night scene, and I have a feeling that eventually these leaves will be dark colored. Let's test something. This is extremely light, you won't see it. Okay, I did some testing, and I will go for this one. Prismacolor Sap Green Light. I chose this color because there is a grayish tone in it. Look. And I feel this green needs a bit coolness, needs some coolness. I have to say, since I've started coloring and painting, I don't watch TV that often. Instead of watching TV, I now do some coloring or painting. And I have to say, I do watch screens. For example, last night I was watching, or better said, listening to a documentary about so I had to stop recording because of a phone call, but I'm back again. Where was I? Oh yes, I was telling you about while coloring and painting, I like watching or at least listening to documentaries about things that I find interesting. And because of our trip to Italy, I was interested in one of the Catholic saints, because when you come in Italy, when we were there in near Lake Como, it was striking that every tiny town in the most remote place you can think of has a church. And then you may think a tiny town has a tiny church. No, tiny towns have huge churches. It's not that they are complete cathedrals, but they are very big. And that made me wonder about Catholic traditions. Italy is mainly Roman Catholic. So there was a documentary about Saint Francis. And if I am right, then Saint Francis had a huge love for nature. And that is how I got interested in the guy, because it is said that he was able to talk to the animals. So I watched this documentary while painting in bed. You know, I often take my coloring equipment to bed. And before I go to sleep, I just color a little bit. And now I also take my painting equipment with me. And then while painting, I mainly listen to the documentary. And it's just nice to listen to interesting stories. I also like watching videos of a guy called Thomas Heaton. He's from England and he is a landscape photographer, and he takes you on his trips. He takes you with him. He records himself with a selfie stick and a drone while making his photos, and then he's explaining about how he makes his photos. I am now going to use this one, Emerald Green, from the Polychromos series, and I don't very often use this green for leaves, but I think this may fit beautifully. Again, a very light color. So this Thomas Heaton, he does a lot of his photography in the Lake District in England, and last year we were there for our summer holidays, so that's nice. I recognize the landscape here and there, and also the weather. And that guy makes gorgeous pictures. And he really knows how to make the most of it. You know, when you don't go out, you will see nothing. So at least you need to go out. And that is a project I want to work on for myself. I want to be outdoors much more than I am right now. But I need some sort of reason why I should go out. Because I go out because it's healthy, that is not going to work. I know it's healthy being outdoors. So I am thinking and working on a project to encourage myself and others to go outdoors and explore what nature does close to home. You know, going outdoors in a gorgeous national park somewhere on beautiful planet Earth, that's easy. I can do that, no problem. But all of us who are living in the suburban areas with little nature, little wildness, can we find wildness around our homes? That is what I would like to embark on. Two days ago, my husband and I made a wonderful little walk. It's just about half an hour it was. And I saw many beautiful things that can be used for my drawings. So I said, well, I have to get back. I'll go back tomorrow, I said, and take some pictures. Well, it is 2 days later, and I haven't been there yet. Okay, let's take a look at those leaves. They look a bit strange with this emerald, but I'll promise you that will all be all right. So I will just continue with this emerald green. By the way, the German name, Smaragd, Smaragdgrün. Smaragd, that's a Dutch word too for a beautiful gem. It is a stone, a beautiful gemstone. So yes, I am thinking about launching a outdoor project. I like nature journaling as well, something that I have seen on the internet actually. And although I don't think I want to make my drawings all in a little book, I like taking notes. I did that in Italy as well. For example, in Italy we had a balcony with a gorgeous view over the lake, and especially at night it was extraordinary how the moon looked, the effect of the moonlight on the clouds. One night there was a thunderstorm floating by. I saw a shooting star. It was so gorgeous, and I didn't want to forget it, so I had a little notebook with me, and I just wrote some words down. If I saw something beautiful, I just wrote it down. And I would like to continue that here in the Netherlands. Just if I see something beautiful, I'll write it down. So I'm now thinking about making a notebook for myself with a beautiful cover that is so inviting that you go outdoors and write down the beauty that you see. There is this German term for wanting to be outdoors. They call it Wanderlust, and it is this term has been adopted by the English, Wanderlust, and it means you want to walk. A taste for walking, a taste for the outdoors. So at this point those leaves don't match the rest of the painting, but with the next layers coming on, that will be fixed. And well, this is it so far. I hope you liked it, and I'd be happy to color with you in the next episode. Bye bye.